Hey, I don't usually do movie reviews, but I'd like to do a review of the movie called Silenced, or as it's known in Korean, Dogani, or as it's also known in English, The Crucible. Now I'm going to be spoiling the contents of the film, but that's because this is a little more than just a film. And that's not like exaggerated praise. I mean, literally, this is more than just a film. It functions in a very unique way that I've never seen before. The story takes place at a school for the deaf in Gwangju, and a new teacher who's from Seoul, he goes to start there and he starts to notice some weird things about the school. And soon some students come forth to him to reveal that they've been sexually abused by the administrator and teachers of the school. The film is very explicit and graphic. The content is not light. It tries to appeal to your emotions somewhat a little too much. As a film, I didn't really think it was that effective. I thought it was a bit too emotional. The good guys were too obviously good, caring about the children, wanting to seek justice and bring the perpetrators to court, while the bad guys were a bit too evil and, enjoying what they were doing to the children. I felt like the story itself was trying too hard to appeal to our emotions because at the end they failed to get the guys incriminated, at least for long sentences, because of their corruption and their contacts within the community. The main guys get less than a year of jail time and the other guys go off free. Kids are all crying at the end. One of them tries to get revenge and dies in the process. It's really depressing, would have made for a shallow film except for the fact that this is based on a real story. These events occurred in between the year 2000 and 2005 at a real school in Gwangju. When the trial occurred, it didn't receive that much press. It received some press, as is covered in the film. The kids spoke on TV and people learned about this, and a lot of people wanted the perpetrators to get sentenced for the crimes. When they didn't, when some of the teachers actually got reinstated at the school after what they had done, a writer decided to write a novel about the events of the story. She wanted more people to become aware of what had happened. Then what happened was an actor, young actor named Kong Yu, he read the novel and he felt that this should be adapted to a film to spread awareness of the situation. So he spearheaded the production of the film. He started as the lead character. As a means of spreading the message of what actually happened, it more than succeeded. After the film was released, the case was reopened and a bill was passed, the Dogani bill, and it removed the statute of limitations for convicting those who had committed crimes against the disabled or the elderly. 2 months after the film was released in 2011, the deaf school, got shut down. The perpetrators were put on trial again. The administrator was sentenced to 12 years for his sex crimes against multiple children. After they made an appeal, it got reduced to 8 years. 8 years isn't a whole lot for what he did, as you might see in the film, but at least it's a whole lot better than less than a year. This film, Silenced, in itself, it's not that great. In terms of what it accomplished and what it represents, it's pretty amazing. Social justice is not perfect yet and it needs to improve, and this film was a big step in that direction.